Okay! I've been on Twitter for a very hot minute, and I have been debating this with people for the longest freaking time. I'm here to end the debate. What's on your screen? Today, we're going over the best Pokemon games in order. And if you don't like my opinion, you just don't like facts. But for real though, today we are going over my favorite Pokemon games in order, in tier. Shout out to Hoodlum Callum for linking me this site. But now, let's see. What are the GOAT Pokemon games? The best. Number 1, S tier, perfection. These two right here. Gen 5 is the GOAT. Don't care what anyone says. You're sure some of the Pokemon aren't very good. The region, beautiful. The gym leaders, actually important. A lot of the Pokemon designs, iconic and amazing. Villain, amazing. Story, amazing. And the graphics and gameplay, fast-paced, beautiful, crisp. The best pixel art Pokemon ever was and ever will be. Now let's think about it. Platinum, I would also put as S tier. Platinum made Sinnoh good, as you'll find out later. Spoiler alert. Platinum is the only Sinnoh game you should play. The only one. Pokemon Platinum fixed a lot of the problems that Diamond and Pearl had. Like surfing, for example, is actually usable. Because in Diamond and Pearl, surfing is disgusting. It's terrible. It's trash. You move like a slowpoke. It's disgusting. The Reverse World and Giratina storyline, iconic. Because everything about Platinum fixes Sinnoh for me. I don't like Diamond and Pearl, but I love Platinum. Now let's see, what else would I put as S tier? Oh, Emerald. I love Emerald. Emerald is the best Generation 3 game. And Oras is not Gen 3. That is Gen 6, by the way. Mega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, they are not Gen 6. I mean, they're not Gen 3. They are Gen 6. Emerald has my favorite storyline of the two teams clashing and you go in to get Rayquaza and swoop down and save him. I love it. I'm a sucker for Hoenn. It's the generation I think I played the most as a kid because when it came out, I was actually like in like 1st or 2nd grade, and that's like I've played Pokemon since the beginning. When I was 5 years old, I had Generation 1 on my Game Boy Color. But I think I played Gen 3 the most. And my favorite one of all time is Emerald. So I think that would be the only S tier games. Let's see. Let's put an A tier. I'm gonna put Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire at A tier. People that hate on Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are trash. It's dumb. The games are great. It's an HD Sinnoh region. Sure, like the HMs suck, but it's a remake. So like I don't know. I just don't understand how you can hate Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. They're beautiful games. They can be somewhat challenging. The Mega Evolutions are dope. And the whole like Primal Groudon and Kyogre are amazing. Primal Groudon and Mega Rayquaza are some of the most best designed Pokemon has ever made. So I'll leave that at that. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire they're just pristine. Let's see. Now what else would be A tier? I'm gonna put Heart Gold and Soul Silver at A tier. I love Johto. Johto is actually my favorite region, I think. It's hard to talk about. It's hard for me to like confirm so far. I think Johto is my favorite region. But I don't know, man. Like I love Heart Gold, Soul Silver. I wouldn't say they're perfect though. I think the Elite Four and the teams are way too easy. I don't like the Pokemon selection at all. Because like a lot of Pokemon that I would want to use, the new Johto Pokemon, they make you catch in the Kanto region post-game. Like, I don't know. Like, with Heart Gold and Soul Silver, it's the game I experiment with the least with teams. Like, I've used every starter and team combo imaginable you can think. I've played these games probably each 20 times. Each version, too. But Heart Gold and Soul Silver, man, just... I love them. It's just the Gen 4 problem, it's really slow. Pokemon following you is God tier. And just... I don't know, man. I just can't... I can't catch the wave. What else would be A tier? I'm putting Ultra Sun and Moon at A tier. And if people hate, not a whole lot of people like Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and I can see why. I didn't like some of the changes they did to the story of original Sun and Moon, like changing the whole Lusamine being the villain and becoming a weird octopus lady. I didn't like that change, but the Ultra Necrozma fight is dope and challenging. Even though I one-shotted it with my Incineroar Z move on complete accident, not realizing I would one-shot, I felt kind of good after that. My only problem with Ultra Sun and Moon is how hand-holdy it can get. The stupid trainer school, I hate the trainer school. But other than that, it's a challenging game. I just recently beat Ultra Moon again. And Solgaleo and Ultra Necrozma are some of my favorite Pokemon ever made. And the Elite Four is actually a challenge, unlike Heart Gold, Soul Silver. With level 45 Elite Four. Get out of here. Get out of here. And then I would probably put... For a Kanto remake, I'm putting Fire Red and Leaf Green in A tier. Like, it's literally just Generation 1, but better. You should never play original Red, Blue, and Yellow. Unless you're just really wanting that nostalgia. Like, I get it. I play Fire Red and Leaf Green. I've played Red and Blue recently, too, on my 3DS. Because it's easier that way. And I don't have a copy of Fire Red and Leaf Green. But, I don't know, like... Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee are fine games. But Fire Red and Leaf Green are just better Kanto remakes in my opinion. And the Sevii Islands post-game is dope. That's all I'll say on that. So let's move on to the B tier. I will put Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee at B tier. Because for the first HD Pokemon game, it's solid. It's hard to screw up Gen 1. It is almost impossible. Now, did we need another Gen 1 remake? Probably not, but I'm a sucker for Gen 1, because I'm a nostalgia boy. But, I like the changes they made to the Elite Four. They updated the teams exactly like I wanted to in my other video, specifically Bruno. That made me happy. It's fully HD, you can ride on Pokemon. The only thing holding this game back is the stupid Go catching mechanics. The Pokemon in the overworld, dope. Riding Pokemon, amazing. Just being able to fly across the entire skies of Kanto on a Charizard's back, or ride on the ground on the back of an Arcanine, that's like playground dream stuff. It's just the catching mechanics that I just can't get behind sometimes. I just can't get behind it. I just can't. So, while Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee are solid, they are not A tier. They are middle of the road Pokemon games. Same, I would say, with no, not X and Y. I cannot put X and Y B tier, even though my favorite Pokemon of all time is from that game. I will put Sun and Moon at B tier because Sun and Moon is just a little. I like it less than Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. I like the ending storyline better. But that's really it. Like, Ultra Sun and Moon should have just been Sun and Moon. That's it. Like, for like a sequel game goes, like they barely changed anything. Like, just minor changes. Solgaleo Lunala, dope. going to beat Lusamine in the Ultra Space, dope. But like I said, Sun and Moon should have never existed. It should have been Ultra Sun and Moon from the get-go. And then we could have gotten like another game on the 3DS instead of having 2 Alola games back to back that are literally the same game minus a few little differences. So Sun and Moon, middle of the road. Ooh, people are gonna hate me. People are gonna hate me. I'm putting Crystal at B tier. Crystal is the Pokemon game I've played the least. I played it last year on the 3DS Virtual Console, and I enjoyed myself with it very much. I finally got to use a Phanpy at the beginning of the game like I've always wanted to. I love Phanpy. And it's just like, it's what you should play if you're playing Gen 2. Gold and Silver are okay, but it's like, Crystal's right there. As Pokemon went on during the years, definitive editions became less and less relevant, I think. But Crystal, Emerald, and Platinum are some of the best Pokemon games because they've taken the foundation and just improved it. Ultra Sun and Moon barely improved anything, and in some areas actually made it worse. And then Black 2 and White 2 are just complete sequels, new games. Which I do think Black 2, White 2 is better than Black and White, but that is near nor there. But I like the Suicune storyline. I like the moving sprites. This game introduced moving sprites. And Gen 2 made the day and night cycle. You know what? I'm putting Gen 2 in its entirety as B tier. I love Johto. Gen 2 is great. But for games, they're not the best Pokemon games to me. I love Johto. Which is why Heart Gold and Soul Silver is an A tier. If you're playing any Johto game, you're playing Heart Gold, Soul Silver. So now we go to the bottom tier. See, I'm too nice. I love every Pokemon game. I know I don't hate a Pokemon game. I mean, except for one. I do not like one. I'm going to go ahead and put Red, Blue, and Yellow as C tier. They are the OGs. So, naturally, they are the most flawed and the most buggy. I love them still. But why would you ever play those again when Fire Red, Leaf Green, and Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee are right there? That's all I'm saying. I love Gen 1. It's buggy. Psychic types are extremely OP. And yeah. I'm also going to put Ruby and Sapphire as C tier. And while Emerald is great, OG Hoenn is kind of lacking for me. It's rough. Emerald just polishes everything and makes it so pristine. And Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are way better than regular Ruby and Sapphire. Pokemon sprites not moving anymore. Like, they took a lot of the changes from Crystal and took them away. Then brought them back in Emerald. And then they became series mainstays once Diamond and Pearl hit, which we'll talk about in a minute. But Ruby and Sapphire are good games. But for Pokemon games, I think they're bottom tier. Especially when Emerald and Oras just completely, like, polish them up tenfold. And now for the bottom tier. X and Y had so much potential. Now, I love X and Y. I bought a 3DS just for that game. Just like I bought a Switch for the Pokemon game coming to it, but, you know. And I'm not gonna lie. They're disappointing games. They feel rushed. They are rushed, let's be honest. Zero post-game. No Z. Really? Pokemon X and Y are there because they screwed up Zygarde. Zygarde is one of the coolest legendary Pokemon ever made, and they dropped the ball. They just took all that cool lore they invented for it and threw it into Sun and Moon, where it did nothing. Now, if Zygarde plays a part in Sword and Shield, I will be hype. But for dropping the ball with Zygarde, for really just like a lackluster storyline, like Team Flare, it could have been better. I love the game, but I'm putting it at the bottom tier because I can see the flaws and how it could be improved. And not making another game in the Kalos region makes it like literally the most underdeveloped region they've ever made. But as a soft place in my heart, because Greninja and Mega Charizard both come from there, And those are my favorite Pokemon, by the way. Just putting that out there. My channel name is Water Ninja Frog, so you kind of get that feeling. And now, welcome to the Diamond and Pearl bashing video. I freaking hate Diamond and Pearl. Hate Diamond and Pearl. I'm not a huge fan of Sinnoh either, by the way. Let's get into it. This whole video is going to turn into me dissing Diamond and Pearl. I love Dialga and Palkia. I love the Sinnoh region, as in the lore. The Sinnoh region has the most interesting Pokemon lore and actually expands on it 10,000-fold. It has some of my favorite starters of all time. Torterra and Infernape are amazing. Staraptor, amazing. But my problems with Diamond and Pearl. One, they don't have any fire types at all you can use. Like, at all. Literally, the only... Like, I'm going to double check this real quick. Hold up. We are going to just... I am going to the Pokedex of Diamond and Pearl on Serebii.net right now. And I'm going to show you guys... I'm going to tell you the fire types you can use in Diamond and Pearl. Not Platinum, because Platinum gave you more options, which is not a whole lot. I'm talking about Diamond and Pearl. There's a reason why I love Platinum so much, because it literally saved Gen 4 for me. Let's see. Where is the Sinnoh Pokedex? Are you ready? So obviously the fire type you can use is your starter, which is what I did. My brother had Pearl. I started my game, traded over at Chimchar, restarted the game. I used Turtwig and Chimchar. I used two starters. Because Infernape is the only good fire type you can use in Diamond and Pearl. So let's see. Ponyta and Rapidash. And that's it. In the base Pokedex, in the base region, you can only use a Ponyta and Rapidash. That is the only fire type starter, not even starter, fire type you can use if you don't use Infernape. I'm sorry. That's whack. I'm angry about it. Sure, Magmortar and Heatran are Pokemon introduced in this region as well. That is 3 fire types. I mean 5 if you got the whole Starter Evolutionary line. 5 new fire type Pokemon they've introduced in Gen 4. That is it. I'm sorry. That is not... No. I can't get with that. I just can't. Also, surfing and using HMs in this game is slow. The battle's ridiculously slow. Now let's look at Platinum and see what they did to improve the fire type problem that I have with Generation 4. Because I love fire types. But I love Torterra as my favorite starter out of that region. Let's see. In the Infernape line. So I'm losing my voice, I think, just yelling so much. Let's see. Scrolling through. Ponyta and Rapidash again. My internet wasn't so slow. Let's see. You can use a Flareon in this game. They give you a Flareon to use, or an Eevee to use. You actually have access to use Magmortar in the base game. Okay, so they only added Flareon, but you can actually catch and use Magmortar in the game, which you couldn't do in Diamond and Pearl. They gave you a Pokemon that you weren't even allowed to use. So while it's not a whole lot better, it's still better. Oh, and, I'm sorry, I missed Houndour and Houndoom as well. They added another fire type. So all I'm saying is, Diamond and Pearl are whack. Platinum is fantastic. And that is my tier list. Gen 5, the GOAT. Gen 5 is the best Pokemon generation of all time. Do not at me. If you tweet me freaking Trubbish pictures and Garbodor pictures and say Gen 5 is bad for Vanillix and Garbodor alone, you are wrong. Every generation has whack Pokemon. Gen 5's Pokedex overall is amazing. Platinum and Emerald, also the GOAT. These Pokemon games, A tier, top notch. Not perfect, but dang close. You know what? I'm making a last minute adjustment. I really like Crystal. I'm putting Crystal in A tier. These games, solid, but could be improved on, which they did. These games, flawed a lot. Then this one, you know what? Last minute adjustment. Putting X and Y at C tier, and Diamond and Pearl is the only game I think is D tier. Because X and Y are good games. They play good. There's a good like Pokedex of Berry that you can catch. Oh, and don't even get me started on Diamond and Pearl's Elite Four. They made a Fire-type Elite Four member. It only gave him 2 Fire-type Pokemon to use. I'm sorry, it's whack. It's whack. It's whack. So there you go. This is my tier list for the Pokemon games. If you disagree with me or have your own opinion, let me know in the comments down below. Be civil. I know it's the internet, but be civil. And let me know if you want to see more videos of this complaining about my opinions. Never forget, Gen 5 the GOAT. Gen 5 is the greatest Pokemon games of all time. And let's hope that Pokemon Sword and Shield are just as good, if not the greatest Pokemon games ever made. I will catch you all next time with more videos. I guess I should say that at the end of this video. More videos are coming. I am coming back to YouTube slowly but surely. If you don't believe me, let this video prove as an example. Talk to y'all later. Bye.